Oh boy, the Killing Merasmus contract. It's an easy in and out, except he won't stop respawning. Yeah, Ghost Fort and the Killing Merasmus contracts can take a really long time because Merasmus just won't leave you alone. And it's not like killing him is the hard part. Though when Merasmus was first added, he actually was a lot more difficult to beat. He was even pretty tough. Though I'm sure a lot of that also had to do with the fact that he was brand new and we didn't really know what we were doing. Back then, there was also no truce mechanics, so you were a lot more likely to die in the crossfire. But then, on November 2nd, 2012, only a week after Scream Fortress 2012 started, they nerfed him by increasing the amount of damage most classes would do against him, but at the same time, they also added a level system, where when he first spawns, he's level 1, but after you beat him, he comes back stronger as level 2, and then level 3, and so on, unless he escapes without dying, where he does reset back to level 1. And I would bet that most people have probably never seen him level up that much. When doing the contracts, I usually see him get to like level 4 before people just kind of give up and wait him out. In fact, in the 12 years since Merasmus was added, I've only ever gotten him to level 9. So that got me wondering how far we could realistically get him to go. So, me and a group of wizard hunters from my Discord decided to see how far we could take him. Now, luckily, Merasmus' health does scale with the amount of players, so we weren't put at a super major disadvantage by starting with less than a full server. I also generally encourage people to use the Huntsman because it is a pretty effective weapon against him. Like the sniper rifles, it does deal 3 times the damage to Merasmus, but it also charges faster, and it can deal over 1,000 damage per hit, which is pretty good. Even back before Merasmus was nerfed, I do remember it being pretty quickly discovered that the Huntsman was one of the best options for beating him. Maybe the strategy has changed somewhat since then, but it's still a pretty effective weapon. And as expected, level 1 goes off without a hitch. It was, pretty easy. Same with level 2. Level 3, he gets me with a cheap kill from his staff. I mean, I was way above him. Okay, it wasn't that far. But for level 3, it did take us a little bit longer, because for a while we couldn't find him when he was hiding. And when Merasmus turns into a prop, he isn't just hiding in any random one. You have to actually destroy a certain number of them before he has a chance of coming out. And during that time, he is, of course, healing, and that healing rate will increase with each level. So we definitely had to keep that in mind. But now, starting at level 3, Merasmus begins to spawn even more often. He should be spawning about every minute now. And from there, we finish level 4 pretty easily. When you have a group of people all on the same page, he does go down pretty fast, especially when he's vulnerable after being stunned. And at this point, we're getting into a groove, and we take him down the next few levels without any problems. We blow past level 9, which was my previous max, and if your Skull Island Topper levels up while you're wearing it, it'll actually turn invisible on your player model until you unequip and re-equip it, which I thought was a kind of interesting bug. But around level 16 or so, I started to realize that we were dying a lot more often. With each level, his Hellfire's staff laser attack thing starts dealing more damage and reaching even further, and at this point we're really starting to feel it. And on my sniper I do have the danger shield equipped because this is a fire attack which does make a pretty big difference later on. So we power through, but by level 20, anytime he goes into hiding, he's getting a large chunk of his health back no matter what. He's healing very fast. He's healing fast, so we gotta find him fast. And level 21 is a super close call, but we do beat him with 10 seconds left. Level 22 luckily goes a lot smoother. Then, level 23, the first time he goes into hiding, he's able to heal back to like 75% health. No big deal, we'll get it back down. But when he's at like 30%, he goes back into hiding, and this time we don't find him until he's back past 50%. And at this point, his range is just super far. I'm standing on the control point, and he's hitting me from all the way over there. Basically, if you could see him from anywhere on the map, he could probably hit you. I mean, can you even imagine a character in TF2 with basically infinite range that deals that much damage? Don't answer that. Yeah, anyway, we lost. We got him down so low, but he goes into hiding again, and then time's up, so he leaves. Level 22 was our max. And this was a pretty impromptu gathering that I just kind of felt like doing, but we had at this point already been at this for over an hour, and I don't think any of us wanted to go through that again. At least, not in the same way. If we could get Merasmus to level 22 on our own, in a legitimate way, what could we do if we, let's say, cheated? I set the server to cheats on, let everybody do whatever they wanted, and when Merasmus spawned, the server crashed. Well, okay. The next time, I just spawned a whole bunch of manpower power-ups to see what we could do with that. The haste power-up in particular makes the Huntsman charge and fire super fast, so that's pretty good. And plus this way we can't just add an uber effect to ourselves and make ourselves invulnerable. We're still gonna be mortal, and that still makes it a bit of a challenge. And with these advantages, we were able to tear through him and beat level 23 Merasmus without much trouble. Even by level 30, we were able to deal so much damage to him so fast that he didn't even have a chance to hide. However, when he does get a chance to hide, he'll go back to full health in the span of like 20 seconds. So even when we're dealing that much damage, finding him fast is still crucial. But by the mid-level 30s, even with the danger shield, Merasmus will basically one-shot you with the fall damage you take from the Hellfire attack. So you do need to be really careful with how you approach him, and ideally stay as far away as possible. But despite how much damage we could deal to him, and despite his hiding locations generally being pretty predictable, at level 38, we just couldn't find him for some reason for a while, and in that time he healed all the way back to full. But we found him, and we were able to get his health way down, but he started hiding again, and then he had a chance to escape. So level 37 ended up being our final level to beat. I don't know what Merasmus' actual final level is, but if he's anything like Monoculus, that level will cap at 32,767. I don't think any human is capable of getting it that far, but at that point, he's probably healing instantly the second he hides, and he's one-shotting you from spawn, I don't know. But you know what? Even though fighting Merasmus for contracts is kind of a massive pain, when you're doing it like this, it's actually pretty fun and gets pretty intense. And I wouldn't doubt that even without cheats, we could probably push him a little bit further. Maybe get to level 40. If we had a few engineers and everyone else was Danger Shield Huntsman Snipers on a 32 or maybe even 50 player server, I think it could happen. Maybe we can make that happen, or maybe next time we'll try Monoculus. Monoculus also has a leveling system, but for him he just attacks faster and his HP goes up each time. He's a little bit more of a generic fight, but I think it'd still be worth a try. So if you're interested and want to hop on when we do that, you can join my Discord and I'll let everybody know when we try. I keep telling myself to do more Discord events, but I just keep forgetting, so remind me. But hey, this was just a quick Halloween video that I kind of made on the spot. There's not really much to say about Scream Fortress events each year. They're kind of all the same, so you know, we make our own fun. But hey, happy Halloween, thanks for watching, and special thanks to my patrons.